Now, let's say that you want to borrow $17,000. It's basically telling you that you can repay with 20% of your sales. So with every transaction, 20% of that transaction. So let's say you receive a payment of $100, $20 will go towards paying the loan. Welcome, beautiful people. Once again, I am back with another gem dropping video. In today's episode, we will dive into a simple solution that can allow you to acquire business funding really quickly. And when I say really quickly, I mean within minutes. Now, before we get into today's video, I want to remind you that there are so many business funding options out there. However, not all solutions may be suitable for everyone. Now, as a small business owner, you may find that you may have to leverage something in order to acquire funding, whether that is your personal credit, your business financial history, such as your monthly revenue and your time in business, and so on. Most traditional lenders, such as banks and credit unions, as well as non-traditional lenders like other alternative business lending solutions who may offer like merchant advance loans, invoice loans, and even SBA loans, will require that you leverage something. Now, whether that is the time in business, some may require you to be in business for a minimum of, let's say, 3 months to a year. Some may require you to bring in a minimum annual revenue. Some may require you to have a minimum personal credit score of between 500 to 620 and so on. So, but keep in mind that most times these non-traditional business lenders do not require you to have all of these minimum requirements. Most times they just require that you have at least one or two. Additionally, not all business loans that may require you to have a minimum credit score means that they will report to your personal credit report. Okay, some lenders just want to see that, you're somewhat responsible and will only report to your personal credit only if you default. So basically, it's really just up to you to do your due diligence, ask questions, review those disclosures and loan agreements to confirm whether or not the loans will report to your personal credit report and whether or not it's in your best interest. Sometimes if you are brand new, you may have to start out that way. Now, I'm not saying that if you have bad credit, have no time in business, have no business revenue, that there is no way to acquire funding. Okay, this is not true. There may still be options out there for you. You may have to get a bit creative, right? Maybe try to get investor capital, start out with your own savings, or look into grant options as well that may be available to you. And you may be surprised about the amount of grants that may be available to you, whether state or federal. There are grants that may be available to you based on your industry, your gender, and even ethnicity, which we can dive into another time. Now, with that said, let's dive into this no credit check business loan option, and that is the PayPal Working Capital. And we're going to be talking about the US version. Now we're going to go into some of the pros and cons of this funding option and how you can be eligible. Now, PayPal offers two different types of business loans. For one, the PayPal Working Capital, as well as their traditional business loan. In this video, we're going to be talking about their working capital. Now, this working capital is actually pretty simple to get approved for. There's not a lot of eligibility requirements and all of that, which we'll get into. Now, the PayPal Working Capital business loan is primarily based on your PayPal account history. They do not do any personal credit checks or any business credit checks. Now, you may be wondering, why would I even have a PayPal account? Here's the thing. If you are a business owner and you accept any type of payment, you more than likely will need and should have some type of payment processor, whether that's Stripe, there's Square, PayPal, as well as accepted on typically a lot of different platforms, online platforms, right? And having a payment processor does not mean that you are going to replace it with your business bank account. Okay, you should not be replacing it with your business bank account. You still want, that traditional business bank account. Now with PayPal, they basically act as a filter. The funds will first come through there, and then you can schedule automatic withdrawals to your business bank account so that you can have that history of deposits in your business bank account. Okay. It's not having a payment processor doesn't mean that you're replacing your business bank account. I wanted to make sure that I emphasize that. Now, one of the beautiful things with PayPal is that they have a lot of different options, whether business credit cards, business loans, and all of that. Now, let's go a little bit further and talk about what makes this PayPal working capital loan so simple. Okay. The payments are flexible. First of all, you choose a share of your sales to automatically deduct as payments. So managing your cash flow is easier. This means that once you get approved for the loan, they will give you an option as to what percentage of your PayPal sales will go towards your loan payment until it is paid off. Let's say you choose 10%, 20%, or 30% of the sales, they'll give you that option. So instead of you just paying from your bank account or paying manually, the payment will come automatically from those PayPal sales, which in my opinion is actually a pro because you're not having to go out of your way to make those payments. Those payments are automatically paid based on your PayPal sales. There's no additional fees, right? Or periodic interest or anything like that. So what happens is upfront, they'll let you know what the loan will cost. Okay. So hypothetically, let's say you got approved for $15,000 or $17,000. They'll tell you, hey, this loan is going to cost you maybe $500 or $1,500 or something like that, hypothetically. So you basically just pay a one-time priced fixed fee. Again, there is no credit check. Okay, there's no credit check. So since the loans are based on your PayPal account history, there's no credit check or impact on your credit score. The funding is fast, like we talked about. Once approved, you can get funding in minutes. So unlike other funding options that may require to see, months and months of your business bank account and stuff like that and your personal credit, this is a lot simpler. They simply just go by your PayPal account. Now, I know you may be asking, okay, what is the minimum requirement for having this PayPal account? We're going to go into that in just a second. So here it talks about whether or not the PayPal working capital may be right for you. Let's dive into the minimum eligibility requirements, okay? So your business must have a PayPal business or a Premier account for at least 90 days. And some of you may be wondering, what is the difference between a business, PayPal business, or a Premier account? Now, the PayPal business account allows you to have this account under a group name or a business name with a EIN. A Premier account is where you are required to list it in an individual name with, like your personal social security. And in regards to tax purposes, you as an individual will be responsible for this account. So those are the basic difference of the PayPal business and the Premier account. In my opinion, if you already have a business established with an EIN, I say go for the business account, and you will see why this is beneficial as well as we go a little bit further in regards to the minimum requirements. Now, they require that you process at least $20,000 in annual PayPal sales if you have a Premier account, or at least $15,000 in annual PayPal sales if you have a PayPal business account. So if you have a PayPal business account, they require you to process less in sales. $15,000 annually, basically when you break it down and you do the math, that's really only $1,250 per month. Okay. And they'll average that. So even if you have not had this account for 12 months, you can still be eligible for this account once you've had the account for at least 90 days. They also just require that you pay off any existing PayPal working capital. So these requirements are very, very simple, you guys, compared to a lot of other business lending solutions out there. Now, as we go further, we learn again that there are no credit checks, there's no extensive documentation required, and you'll get a decision within minutes. You'll select your loan terms. If approved, you choose what percentage of your PayPal sales that will go towards repaying your loan and fee, then agree to the terms and conditions. You can receive the funds within minutes in your PayPal account, and you basically just start making those payments. Again, the repayment percentage will be chosen prior to the loan funding. So you know upfront what percentage of your sales is going to go back to repaying your loan. They typically have a minimum payment required every 90 days, at least every 90 days. let's say that it is a slow season or something like that, and you're not getting a lot of transactions, they still require that there's a payment made at least every 90 days. Now, earlier I shared that PayPal also offers a regular business loan. Let's just go ahead and compare those really quickly. So with the PayPal working capital, you can get up to from $1,000 to $150,000 or up to $250,000 if you're a repeated borrower. For the PayPal regular business loan, you may be eligible for between $5,000 to $100,000 or up to $150,000 for repeated borrowers. For the PayPal business loan, as you can see, it's a little bit more extensive, right? They check your eligibility, and if you're approved, then you get approved within the next business day or so instead of within minutes. And their checks are a little bit more thorough than just the PayPal working capital. Your annual revenue for this PayPal business loan has to be at least $33,000. And your business must be at least 9 months old. Again, this is for the PayPal business loan, but in this video, we're really talking about the PayPal working capital, but I just wanted to compare it for you all so that you have an understanding of the difference of these two loans that PayPal offers. Additionally, again, a PayPal business account is required. So as you can see here, when you're comparing these two, the PayPal working capital may be feasible for a lot more people, and it's just simpler to acquire. Again, there's no credit check because of the loan is based on your PayPal account history. For the regular business PayPal loan, they require credit checks because the loan is based on a fuller picture of your business. And the loan is paid back with the PayPal working capital loan is paid back based on the percentage of your sales with the minimum requirement every 90 days. And with the business loan, there's a weekly fixed payment that's automatically withdrawn from your bank account instead of from your PayPal sales. Like we talked about earlier, you're able to customize your loan, right? So you can adjust the loan amount to see your options. Based on your eligibility, they'll tell you how much you can borrow based on your PayPal history. You'll know from the get-go what your max amount is. Now, let's say that you want to borrow $17,000. It's basically telling you that you can repay with 20% of your sales. So with every transaction, 20% of that transaction. So let's say you receive a payment of $100, $20 will go towards paying the loan pretty much, right? So you're repaying with 20% of those sales, or 25% or 30%, but you choose the amount. And keep in mind the fee. So the lower the repayment percentage, the higher the fee is. Again, this is a one-time fee. So unlike interest, they're not doing interest, they're just doing a one-time fee. You can do the math and calculate what the percentage of interest is on your loan to determine if it's the best fit for you. But the fee is not something that you're paying out of pocket or from your bank account. The fee is coming out of your loan. So that's another thing to consider. For the most part, the only con that I would say with this account is that, okay, you have to have it for at least 90 days in order to be eligible. And yes, you need a minimum amount of sales, which is not a lot compared to a lot of other lending solutions that may require you to bring in at least 50,000 or 100,000 per year, right? PayPal literally saying, hey, if you bring in at least $1,250 a month, which is like 15,000 a year, you can be eligible for funding. They make it super simple and there's no credit check, so it does not affect your personal or your business credit. So for the most part, I would say that this working capital PayPal loan has more pros than cons. Now, let me know in the comments below what you think of this PayPal working capital loan, if you think that's something that may work for you. Also, let me know if you would like for me to do a video on any other particular loans. Additionally, if you would like for me to do a video on any other business topic, business funding topic, business credit topic, let me know as well in the comments below. If you did find value in today's episode, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell as well. That way, whenever I post a new video, you will be the first to know. Again, it's your girl Shibivia. It was an absolute pleasure. Let's continue to grow those businesses together, and I'll see you guys later. Be blessed. Bye.